Materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 20 carries, 108 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line. Every time they go to the bench, you tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute it.
Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader.
Linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Gardner. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion
gets by him, and now a little daylight. Oh, it still won't go down. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw again. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 10 catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the
touchdown. It's caught at the 1. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this this thing up. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. That's caught by Montgomery. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now Fields. Rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs.
Fields.
On the move to his left. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
On play action, Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And nothing doing here as this